Welcome back, everyone. It's been a hot minute, hasn't it? It's been, well, a month, a little over a month. It was July 21st, the last time I filmed a CreateTube, and a lot has went on since then, and I can't remember it all. A lot goes on in a month, so I don't know. I was thinking maybe I should just do some like video, like vlogging throughout the month and then piece it all together. I don't know, because trying to remember what happened in the past month is just a little much. I have new glasses. I do not think I had those last time, so no more on and off with the reader glasses, so I'm super happy about that. My husband is home now. He is laid off until his retirement, basically, so he is home with me, helping run the business and doing a lot of things around the house and the yard that he just didn't have time to do. So things are looking awesome around here. As you all know, we have 2 grandkids and we watch them on Thursdays. It's called Thursdays with Ellery and Easton, and it's a blast. It's a total blast. Ellery is, she turned 2 in May, and then Easton turned 1 in July. So they're little kiddos and it's just a total blast. Kevin bought life jackets for him last week, so if it's hot this Thursday, which it's hot now, and I think it's supposed to be hot the rest of this week. It's ridiculous. I feel like I'm living in Florida. What is the deal here? We live in Michigan. Should be, I mean, I guess it is August still. Good golly, I'm ready for a break. So since last time, I went to Ohio to visit a couple of needle workshops. I'm not only an artist and I license my art, but I also design cross stitch and punch needle, and I sell to gift shops across the nation, and actually I just should say the world, because I sell to Australia, the UK, all over the world. So anyways, I went to visit a couple shops down there in Ohio, and it was a blast. It's a big part of my business. It's like the main part of my business, actually. So I love getting to know my stores and getting to know my stores' customers. It's a lot of fun. So my mom and Jerry, they live in Florida. They're coming up, sounds like next week. And about the time they leave, my friend from Tennessee is coming up to stay for almost a week. So it's going to be super crazy in September. Also, I have a pattern release for my needlework business the first part of October. So trying to prepare for that while having people here for visiting. I don't know. It'll all work out, right? Everything always gets done somehow. I'll have my mom stuff and patterns. Okay, any announcements? I only have a couple. One is CW Live. If you're not familiar with what CW Live is, I will have a link in the description box below. But just a real brief synopsis of what it is. I paint live on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It is a private Facebook group, and only paid members are able to be in the group. And it's basically painting lessons. We just do projects. We do like a huge variety of projects as far as painting. We're in session 2 right now, and it ends in a couple weeks. Yeah, it ends in about a month, I should say. A little over a month. Yeah, that's right. We go through September. I keep thinking it's September. I don't know what I'm thinking. So tonight we're finishing up one of our projects, and then we have 2 more projects after that. So October 6th is the new session. Session 3 starts October 6th. So if you're interested in painting along with us, it is a total blast. I paint live, so we can talk, and you can ask questions, and we get in these conversations, and it's a hoot. We have a really good time. So you can check that out if you want. And then What You Paint Wednesday. Every Wednesday, my friend from Tennessee and I go live on Facebook and here on this channel on YouTube, and we chit chat and paint. We chit chat with whoever's on there with us. We chit chat with each other. We tell jokes. We tell stories. I mean, we just have a total blast. And she paints furniture. She also is a canvas painter, and I'm usually working on either a watercolor or an acrylic. And so if you can join us at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, every Wednesday. We would love to have you there. All right, so we had some questions from the last CreateTube. Mona, she asked, do you always start with a black canvas? Do you buy it that way or gesso it black? I don't always start with black, but I prefer to start with black. For some reason, it just makes it easier. It's that white, stark, blank canvas that sometimes gives you that, feeling. I like to do that, and then, I don't know, but I don't always do it that way. Also, the second part of your question, yes, I use black gesso to cover either my canvas or my board. Let me just say real quick, I prefer painting on wood, so I use cradle boards for the most part. However, I have a lot of canvases that I purchased before I discovered cradle board, so I am in the process of painting my little heart out, trying to use up these canvases so that I can get all over to cradle board. Mona, in a separate question, also asked, why do you sand at the end? Is it to achieve a certain effect or some other reason? Yes, it's to create more texture in the painting. Also, if I paint over scrapbook papers, I like to sand some of the paint off so that some of the pattern from the papers can show through. But I just like my paintings to have a lot of texture and a lot of interest, so that's what the sanding is for. Suzanne Urban, she said, she wants to start a CreateTube. She says, how does one start? Do we use the hashtag CreateTube? So Suzanne, thank you for asking that question. That's actually going to be my topic at the end of the video today. But yes, hashtag CreateTube, because basically, in case this is your first time watching, I also have a FlossTube video or FlossTube channel on YouTube, and it's Teresa Kogut's Creative Whims. But if you go to YouTube and you put hashtag FlossTube, you will get a gazillion people that create FlossTube videos. FlossTube is for people that do cross stitch, punch needle, and some people do quilting and other kinds of things. But basically, if it involves embroidery floss, that's what it's about. And that I've had that channel for almost 2 years now, and I wanted to bring that over onto my art channel and hopefully get more artists and creators and makers making CreateTube videos so that your clients and your fans and people that admire your work can get to know you through CreateTube. So I'll go over how to get one started later in this video. Rana asked, on CW Live, do you get access to the past lessons while waiting for the October class to start? No. And the reason is because it's a private Facebook group. So we're still in session 2. So I'm still, going live every Tuesday. And so the current people that have paid, they're still doing their lessons. So if I were to add you, then you're going to be in part of session 2, but you've paid for session 3. So basically how it works is when session 2 is over, there's usually like a 2-week span there where, because I have like a week off, okay? So at the end of session 2, there'll be like the following week, there's no class, and then we start session 3, okay? So I will add you though before October 6th. I will add you as soon as the last class of session 2 is over. I will add all the new people, okay? So you'll get a little head start if you want to go back and paint something from session 1 or session 2. Good question though. And I appreciate the questions. Keep them coming. Okay, so whips. If you don't know what a whip is, it's a work in progress. So I have a couple whips right behind me here. This one here is what we're working on currently in CW Live. We will finish this up tonight. This is intended to look like a chalkboard painting. So that's why you see everything outlined in white. So we have to finish that tonight in class. So next CreateTube, you'll see that one finished. And then this painting here, I started last night. I worked on it maybe half an hour, and then today a couple hours. But her name is Autumn. All the colors in this painting are going to be kind of fallish. I'm just in the fall mood. Oh, look we both have the cold shoulder tops on today. Isn't that cute? So I love her. And she's got this little red bird. It's supposed to actually be a blue jay. That's what my drawing is from a blue jay. But I want autumn colors, so it's going to be red. Oh, and this one, sorry. This one is on canvas as well. I don't know if you can even see this. I have her drawn on there, but I haven't started painting her yet, obviously. But I just started with a red background, just so I wouldn't have that stark white. And then she is holding a bird nest. I don't know if you can see it. But anyways, a bird nest, and she's got a bird on her arm. So this is a rather large. This is a 24 by 36. All right, and then finishes. Couple finishes to show you that last CreateTube these were whips. I was working on them, but this is Bellissimo. This was done in CW Live for session 2, and I think she turned out so pretty. And the wings are a completely different feel for me. I always do white wings or a cream color wing, so to have color in the wings was a nice little surprise, and I really love that look. Then I worked on my teddy bear calendar, and I finished a couple more for that. So this is the January image for 2022. And then I finished the Easter image as well for the 2022 Bears calendar. All right, those are my finishes. Okay, so now we're gonna go over, like we did the past 2 CreateTubes where I show previous finishes. These are watercolor paintings that I created back in the heyday of my licensing. So these are way older, and I'll talk about them a little bit as I go along. Okay, so I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys before, but I think so. I number all of my paintings so that I can catalog them and locate them easily. I am up to 4,500 and some odd paintings now. So if I call out a number, it kind of gives you an idea of how old the painting is. So this painting here is number 651. So I mean, it's just a few thousand paintings ago. So this was early in my licensing career. This was actually turned into a fabric line back when I designed quilt fabric for South Sea Imports about 20 years ago. And then we have this cute little Raggedy Ann painting, light a candle, lend a hand, say a prayer for peace. And this number is number 735. So again, these are early in my career, very, very primitive colors and very country oriented. Oh, I don't have the number on this one, but it's called Snow Day. Sorry for the glare, but I love this. Snow Day, and the kids are making little angels in the snow. Super fun. Ooh, this is really old. This one is a number one. This is number 138. 138. This is like 4,400 paintings ago. Oh my goodness, isn't that crazy? So this is like back in the archives. This is number 317. The stockings all hung on Frosty with Care. This is Peace on Earth. This was done for a Christmas card. This is number 591. Isn't that fun? Ooh, that'd be a cute cross stitch. This is number 514. They kind of all have that same darn glare. Let's see if I can turn that this way. Starry Night. Santa with his plaid jacket and his striped pants. Are you kidding me? This also, this next set of paintings, this is number 680. This was turned into a quilting fabric line as well. Love. This one is Faith. I love it. Look at the seamstress. Teddy bear is sewing on, or tying on, whatever, tying on the wings. This little bear earned his wings. So cute. This one is Joy. They're all playing well, no, they're not all playing instruments. The one is playing an instrument. He's just sitting on the drums. And of course, Hope. And they all have gifts. Cute little Christmas fabric line. The next ones are school images. Oh, there's 3. I thought there was more than that. Let me just look real quick. Yeah, some of it's getting out of order. Okay. So this says, teach me to read and I will be forever free. This is number 556. I love that image. Teach me to write and I will share my thoughts with the world. Love that too. Very primitive. Love it though. Teach me to count and I will number my blessings. And then we have Santa's Little Helper. This is number 212. Now you talk about country. Primitive country. That definitely is. Oh my goodness. This is number 92. This was actually back when we had Primitive Folk, before I even started licensing. And this was a print that we would sell framed. This is the original painting. But we made prints of it and we would sell them. I think that it was like a 10 by 10 framed in this, you know, painted wooden frame. Oldie but goodie. Here's number 316. Number 317. I love Frosty Friends. This one is number 224. Oh, this is a newer one. I can tell by the color. 1,674. That's still pretty old though, if I'm up to 4,000. This one is 1,098. $19.18. This is old. $5.71. Now this one, 1,112. This was done for the teddy bear calendar, but it was also the inspiration for an entire fabric line called Nature Walk. I believe it was, yeah, it was with South Sea Imports still then, and I just love teddy bears out in nature with butterflies and insects and bees and little frogs, snail, mushrooms, ferns, dragonfly. I mean, it's just all the things of nature. Ooh, this is old. Number 431, Love Blossoms with Kindness. This also was part of a fabric line with South Sea Imports. I think we called it Lavender and Lace, and it was all like purples, and it was very feminine. It was real pretty. But this was actually painted for the teddy bear calendar. Way back when. Does it say which year? Yeah, 2002. I mean, 18 years ago. It's an old painting. So that's it this week for previous finishes. For the artist spotlight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually have that at the very end. I'm going to insert pictures of this, whoever I choose, pictures of their work, and then just like read their bio so that you can, you know, I just want to introduce you to other artists and stuff. So we'll have that at the end. Okay, so our topic is how do you create your own CreateTube channel? If you're a maker, a creator, a painter, a sculptor, an artist of, you know, whatever form, visual arts, obviously, then I invite you to start your own CreateTube channel, which is basically a YouTube channel, and you title, in your title, you put CreateTube, and somewhere in the description, if you use hashtag CreateTube, then people can find you hopefully this will catch on, and more artists will share their works in their studio and their lives with people that like their work. So I would say the first thing to do is just have a handy dandy notebook. What I do is I number them. So here at the top I've got CreateTube number 6. I put the day and the Tuesday 8/25 I wrote up there. And then just have kind of a system of things that you talk about for everyone, so that there's kind of a format to follow. So if you have it all in a notebook, then you can look at the previous, you know, months or weeks, whatever. I'm doing mine once a month because I do my floss tube video every single week, and it's a lot. And I don't have tons of followers yet in CreateTube, you know, asking questions and needing my input or whatever, and I don't have, like, I'm not getting tons of paintings done. So I want to make sure that when I do film in CreateTube, I have enough content to share with you guys. So right now, doing it once a month is plenty. But, you know, if you're a prolific painter and you are cranking out the paintings and you can do one a week and, you know, have enough content, then by all means do that. But for now, I'm doing mine once a month. And so you can, you know, just check back on your last one and say, okay, what did I talk about? And then go on from there. So that's why it's good to have it all in a notebook. So basically I start out and I just welcome everybody, and then I talk about life updates. What have I been doing? You know, it's about getting to know the artist and the creator. So you want to share part of your life with your fans and people that love your work. So that, and then announcements, if you have any announcements, write it down there anyways. And if you don't have any, just write none. But that way, you know, if you get, like, maybe you get a new licensee, or maybe you have a new product or something like that you want to talk about, something, you know, maybe you're, I don't know, but you don't have to, if you don't have announcements, obviously just skip over that. And then go into Q&A. If you don't have any questions that people ask you, then just skip that as well. Then go into your whips. So go into your works in progress, show people what you're working on, talk a little bit about it. You know, like when I showed this, I said it was a, you know, watercolor painting that I'm creating for my teddy bear calendar for the year 2022. So, you know, share a little bit about the art. If you want to share what inspired you to paint it, or, you know, if you do abstract painting, maybe there's a little bit more into, you can get a little bit more into what you were thinking when you painted it, those kind of things. And then you'll go into, like, your finished paintings. Since the last time you filled a CreateTube, what have you finished? And then show those as well. Because by showing works in progress, people like to see the progression of a painting. Being that I do mine only once a month, you know, you'll see it as a work in progress and then pretty much see it done the next time. That's another reason, you know, to watch What You Paint Wednesday. And I like to go live and do paint, you know, while I'm painting. So anyways, people like to see the progression of your works. And then previous finishes, especially when you're first starting out and you don't have a lot of content to talk about, show some of paintings that you might have painted 3-4 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever, and just share that and kind of tell people, you know, where you were at that time in your life. And then haul, which I skipped today because I didn't have any, but basically haul is any new art products that you get in, you know, if you got some new paints and you're excited to try them, or some new brushes, or anything to do with your business of creating, share those things with people. And then I like to do an artist spotlight. That's just something I like to do so that I can share other people's work with you all. That's not something that you have to do. You know, make it unique to yourself and, you know, what works for you. And then I go over a topic. You don't have to do that either, but if you have some advice that you can give to artists that can help them, then by all means share that, please. So that's what I mean by number one, have a notebook, have a system of in topics and things that you cover each time you do your CreateTube. And then basically all you need to record is your phone and daylight. I like to record during the day when there's plenty of daylight. If it was like cloudy and rainy and it was too dark in my studio, I have ring lights that I can fire up if I need to. I can put a link in the description box below to the equipment that I use. I actually don't record on my phone. I use a Canon G7. It's a PowerShot G7X. I just like the quality of that camera, and so that's what I've been recording on for the past, God, I've had this camera probably 4 years, and all my tutorials and things I record with it because the quality is amazing. And then I edit my videos. You don't have to edit your videos. If you're doing this on YouTube, you could just, a lot of people that do FlossTube, they record it on their phone and then they upload it right there to YouTube. There's no editing involved, and it saves a ton of time. If you don't have to edit, don't edit. But I use, I work on a Mac, and I use iMovie. I did just get a new laptop, and I bought, something Cut Pro. I can't think of it, but it's the Mac, like, paid version of editing software. I have not tried it yet, but I wanted to check it out. And then once you get your CreateTube up, again, in the description, look at mine to kind of get an idea of what you can put in your description box. But when you mention products, you want to have a link to those products. If you have an Amazon shop, or maybe you have affiliate links where you can actually make money off people clicking on those products, and when they purchase it, you make a small commission. These are all things that can help you out as a creator. So if you mention products, especially if you have affiliate links, or you can have an Amazon shop and have those products in there, then by all means have the links below. But even if you don't, make sure that people can access the things that you show in your video. And then promote on social media. Do some live painting videos, and while you're painting live, talk about, hey, I got this CreateTube that, you guys should check out. You can do a screenshot of your video and then put it on Instagram and say, hey, go check out my new YouTube channel, CreateTube, blah, blah, blah. Just make sure you promote it. You can also, from YouTube, you can share it on Twitter, you can share it on Pinterest, you can share it, you can copy the link, you can embed it in, put it in your blog if you are a blogger. So make sure that you promote your YouTube channel on your social media platforms. And basically, once you do that, that's it. You're good to go. And I would say one of the other big things is consistency. So if you say you're going to do one once a month, do one once a month, because people will show up for you if you show up for them. You know what I'm saying? If you commit to doing one a week, make sure you do one a week. I mean, obviously there's some circumstances that might come up. You might not do it on the same day each week, but or maybe you do bi-weekly, something like that. But I would say you wouldn't want to do it any less than once a month, because then people will forget about you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to be consistent and consistently showing up, because people are interested in you and what you have to say and what you have to show. So, make sure that you are there for them. If you say you're going to be there once a month, once a week, whatever it is. All right, guys, I have said plenty. So I hope you enjoyed the artist spotlight. And then please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do that. And then click that little bell so that you will know when I have a new video, a new CreateTube, or a new live video. I also do speed painting videos. I try to upload those once a week too. And so I have plenty of content for you guys to check out. So make sure you click the bell, and I'm an open book. Ask me any questions about my career, about my art career, about my licensing career, about my needlework business, what have you. If you're interested in what supplies I use and what brands I prefer for my painting, I'm willing to talk about any of those things. So Give me some topics to discuss if you would. I'm open for it. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go now. And don't forget, create every day. Bye. Anastasia was born in the Ukraine and immigrated with her parents to the U.S. when she was 14. She started drawing and painting in her early childhood and received a figure-based atelier training growing up. Anastasia's meandering path in visual arts education took her through the rigor of earning bachelor's and master's degrees in architecture from the Cooper Union and University of Texas at Arlington, respectively. She has received additional training with established realist painters both privately and in workshops. The concoction of architectural rigor, purity of realism, and strong personal narrative define Anastasia's work today. She has been awarded recognition by the National Portrait Society, Connecticut Society of Portrait Artists, Wausau Museum of Contemporary Art, Poet Artists, and many others. Anastasia's work has been published in Beautiful Bazaar and many Goss 183 issues. Anastasia's work is available at 33 contemporary galleries in Chicago. Her work is also found in private collections across the United States, as well as Germany, Russia, and the Ukraine. Currently, Anastasia is teaching design and drawing studios at the University of Texas in Arlington, in addition to workshops and private classes, while working fervently in her studio in Dallas.